Howdy, folks. Dr. Freedom here with a Times from Dr. News. News from in and around the Whoniverse that may or may not affect you on some strange level that could only be described as, ooh, it'll feel like a suppository of happiness. But okay. Yes, it is a happy, happy day to be a Whovian. If you're not a happy, happy Whovian today, then chances are you're probably some sad idiot who goes out and spams hashtags on Twitter. Even though that your organization has a member who used to help you spam hashtags on Twitter, who's now somehow magically the host of one of the big BBC online productions regarding a certain show's fandom. How this happened, we don't want to know. But, all right, I'm not implying anything. I just think it's sad and silly. We've had people who are spamming the Doctor Who set report hashtag, sad, jealous little sods who've got nothing better to do because nobody's paying attention to them. But what's even worse is they go onto their little videos and they tell people, their listeners and subscribers, to go do this as some kind of like loyalty thing. I don't know what it is. But here's one thing I can tell you. I've never, even with my small audience, told anyone to go out and say, I want you to go forth and troll somebody or something or whatever. And yet I've been accused of being this evil mastermind countless times. It's kind of scary. Yet the guys who are really doing it are the guys who get subscribers, who are treated like gods, even though they're nothing more than complete a-holes. I'm not kidding. These are the kind of guys who show up at the party and suddenly all your plants in the room wilt, okay? Yet everybody likes them for some reason. I just don't understand it. I don't know. Maybe it's just a persona they're putting on. I don't know. But let's get to the news. There's a lot of news, and I better get to it. I hope you folks all enjoyed the Lisa Bowerman interview, which turned out to become an evening. And she said no time limit. So it wasn't until like 90 minutes in I realized that just how far it had been going because we were enjoying ourselves so much. And I'm not kidding. It may seem like a long time, but we learned a lot about Big Finish, a lot about how they do audios, a lot about how they do video, their audio things, a lot about the process, a lot about being an actor, a lot about, just about everything. Lisa Bowerman is incredible. And she's an incredible speaker, always fun, always up for a laugh. And it was just so fun being able to do that Q&A with her. Okay, let's get to the news before I sidetrack myself again. Oh, no, I'm going to do it again because, yes, I am working on Death Moon Part 2, but it does take time. I'm in the middle of writing Death Moon Part 2, and there's going to be some new characters that pop up, and I hope you like them as well as, some of the people responded pretty well, to the ones that were introduced in the first part. But let's get to the news now, okay? Before I sidetrack again and start telling you about how, I was wearing my underwear funny today, and wait, no, it's getting too personal. Oh, let's get out of here. Okay, all right. You see, it would have helped if I was set up. Okay, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. It's pretty much out of the bag who the Christmas special guest companion is because folks showed up today on set, and even though the actors came out, I guess apparently they had that entire section where they were filming blacked out, covered over screens, because they are keeping the Christmas special apparently ultra secret. So these guys are really taking care of business. I guess they're getting tired of the periscope, the telescope guys, and all that with the super duper range, oh God, see, I'm losing my mind here. Telephoto lenses, Okay, so the Dr. Christmas special guest companions revealed, and look, it's Nardal. Oh wow, all that hype for Nardal. It's not like we're getting Nardal all through series 10, but apparently he's also going to be in the Christmas special. Forgive me, Matt Lucas, Nardal was an amusing character, but I'm trying to figure out how Nardal is going to become a major plot point. How is Nardal to me was good in a small dose, and that was in one special. Please do not, for the love of Pete, tell me that you're going to waste an entire season putting a storyline around Nardal. But once again, time will tell. We'll find out what's going on, when the thing airs. But, good luck to you, Matt Lucas. I really hope this is worth it. But also, here's some photos put up with fans and whatnot. Or if I just Lucy Mary. I think I'm already following her, but okay. So be sure to go check this out. All right, moving on. Of course, if you don't know what's going on, that's right, Power of the Daleks, and I have this in the wrong order. This is supposed to go behind the other articles that you're about to see. But apparently this is being released And it, if you, unless you've had your head in the sand, you've been living in a bunker, listening to '60s music, so, and smoking something we won't describe that one of our former presidents didn't inhale. You're going to know about Power of the Daleks coming out, and that on the 21st that it's going to be out on DVD, and apparently so far it's region 2 only that I know of. All right. So, like I said, I got to go read up some more on it. But as far as I know, I think it's only, that's going to start out that day. But guess what? Annika Wills is going to be signing some copies of those. But also what freaked me out was, guess who got to the planet Vulcan first? Ha! Just ahead of Star Trek, if I remember. I think it was. So, named after the god Vulcan, not Spock's home planet, you weirdos. But released on the 21st, says right here, though, Annika will be signing the DVD covers on November 30th, and they will be sent out then. And so please keep in mind, if you want any more details about this, Annika Wills and whatnot, and how you get a hold of her, AnnikaWills.com, okay? And it's under shops, and it goes under the DVD section. So be sure to go check that out. And like I said before, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. BBC America brings Destroy Doctor Who episodes back to life, and they're referring to that because this is a 6-parter, and this, of course, was Power of the Daleks. This is a key pivotal episode because this is the first episode of Troughton taking on the role as the Doctor. This is the first quote-unquote regeneration, which they called a quote-unquote renewal by the TARDIS in this episode. But the thing is, it's a lost episode, but they still had the original sound for it. So even though you're not getting the original picture with it, I've been seeing the little demos of the animation and all that. It looks like they did their best on it. I'm not going to downplay it until I've actually sat down and watched the entire feature. There are some fan-made ones out there that are not too bad, that are watchable, but this looks like this is even better, like they took it a little step further. So be sure to go check this out. All right, moving on. Of course, if you want more information, this one had a little more meat to it over here on Doctor Who News, so I'm going to include it, and it's going to give you a little more info. So remember that episode 1 will be available from Saturday the 5th of November at 5:50 p.m., which I believe is 50 years to the date and time that the original one aired. And the others will be released on consecutive days thereafter. It will then be shown on BBC America on the 12th in its entirety. So awesome stuff. Once again, if you want to see a little click here, here's a little demo. I think that's a little trailer they had put together for it. But also here's some really good photos, really good animation. It's going to put you right in the mood there. All right, moving on. 5 more episodes, missing episodes of Doctor Who we love to see animated. Now, there's a part of me, there's a lot of new Who fans out there. And like I said, I don't begrudge you any, but there's a lot of them out there that really don't give 2 flying shakes of a rat's ass about the classic series. But the thing is, you should sneak back and watch, not all the time. Find a few that, go to a classic movie and go, hey, look, what episode should I watch? And if you're that classic movie, you want them to look and say, look, this is back in the day when we actually had full-on plot development. No, just warn them, look, this is back when episodes could go on for 2.5 hours sometimes, depending on the length and how many episodes it was. So 5 more missing episodes we'd like to see. So back to that argument, I would love to see this become successful, because if it does, it might open the door to bring some more lost classics back. And I'm really hoping that you've heard me preach about this 100 times if you've been on this channel. All right, so 5 more that we'd like to see. Here's what they listed. The Highlanders, of course, completely missing. Introduced Jamie McCrimmon, who is one of the longest-standing companions of the series. Marco Polo, a classic. It's a historical, as is this one. And remember, they don't do historicals anymore in Doctor Who, really, where there was no alien menace. It was just, involving, events in history, whether it be politics, action, whatnot, to keep the timeline going. All right, Evil of the Daleks, of course, and this is another classic Dalek episode I've heard a lot about. I have not had a chance to sit down and listen to all of it yet on Telesnaps. I've been meaning to, since I am so damn busy. Mythmakers, of course, which was the exit story for Vicky, who wasn't even around that long. She was supposed to be like kind of a replacement, a Susan replacement, if I remember right. And, of course, the Daleks Master Plan. By the way, first appearance of Nick Courtney, but not as Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart. It was a completely different character. He would only, he'd pick up the character of the Brigadier a few years later. All right. So 5 episodes with okay, Doctor Series 10, Peter Capaldi tells fans, quote unquote, it starts again in April. Don't worry, I'm going to try to get through these a little faster. There's a lot of them to go through. And don't worry, I'm not going to go through the whole meat of it. Okay, here we go. Now, that's all he's told them. And apparently this was also shown in a small video. If you just go down here, it tells you right here, Lucy Cruz shot this video where it says, oh, looky. He goes, it starts again in April. Now, here's the good news. Now, that's kind of throwing that whole, well, they're going to finish shooting on March 31st thing up in the air like crazy. But at the same time, I keep telling people, by the time that comes around, they're going to have like the first half to 3/4 of the season already in the box, and they can just run the rest through pre-production or post-production, while the show airs, which is over how many weeks. So it's not like it's going to run down to the wire. It is going to get close. But at the same time, my money, along with a lot of other people, is my money's on April 15th. Which I believe is Easter weekend. So my money's on Easter weekend, because that would put it right in the middle of a good time to stick Doctor Who back on the air. Not to mention, I believe that's one of the David Tennant ones aired, and also it's a great time for Doctor Who to be back during the spring. Okay, Doctor Who fans are joints, and of course, this is going on about Peter Capaldi's alleged appearance in the opening episode of Class. Some people are jumping the gun and saying basically it's going to be a full-on episode with him in it. Now, here's the thing. I want more confirmation on this. Now, they're saying he's guest starring, but that could mean anything from he's going to be there the whole episode to he's going to be there 5 minutes into the episode. And like I said, I had a fan theory, because remember he slipped during a convention and said, almost slipped and said something about he had just filmed something with Jenna. I said, would it be really freaking cool if when the Doctor first appears and dumps off whoever this is, that's going to take place as the alien in this cast, if suddenly out of the TARDIS comes Clara putting that particular event, before the end of this past series. See, gives them a little catch-up time. No, it gives you a little time to mess around. Okay, but also it's a nifty cameo they can pull off, considering she's been busy, right in the neighborhood shooting, Victoria. But, okay, cast reunite for the Torchwood Archive Anniversary Audio Special. That's right. It's going to reunite some of the show's original stars, John Barrowman, Eve Miles, Gareth David Lloyd, Nayako Mori, Indira Varma, Kai Owen, and Tom Price, in a brand new story from James Goss. So, here's the synopsis, blah, blah, blah. Here it is. And it's kind of, because remember, the Torchwood Archive was mentioned all the way up into, what am I thinking? The Impossible Planet, Satan Pit. So we know the Torchwood Archive has been around for quite a while. It says, right, it's a forgotten asteroid in the center of a great war, quote unquote. So it's kind of interesting. They're going with the Torchwood Archive. Here's a little trailer if you want to listen to it, blah, blah, blah. Awesome stuff, and I really love it when these guys get together. I'd love to see them back on screen, but given the failure that was Miracle Day, I highly doubt it, because Stars will not touch Torchwood again with a 50-foot pole. 9th Doctor comic came out today. That's right, today. But if you've not yet bought it yet, well, by the way, links below the description box for all articles. If you've not bought it yet, boom, 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 here it is. Get a little preview, take a look at the covers, whatnot. Of course, BBC Books, the Whoniverse. All right, there's released more details on the latest book dealing with the Doctor Universe, and this is due to be published in October. Wham, bam, thank you, bam. Hee-haw, 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 hee-haw. There you go. Go check it out. It's going to be a hardcover, 320 pages. And lastly, for today, Class tie-in novels to be released alongside the series premiere in October. The BBC have announced that a series of 3 novels will be released in October to tie in with the premiere of the new series, Class. And here they are. And that's Joyride Stonehouse, and what she does next will astound you. And this is by Guy Adams, A.K. Benedict, and James Goss, respectively. So here you go. Here's a little bit more details if you want to look into it. Bam, bam, bam. And once again, if you want to see some of these Doctor Who filming photos that are running around, instead of spamming the hashtag like a bunch of other idiots are, be sure to hit hashtag DWSR. I forgot to put the hashtag this time. And these will come right up for you on Twitter. So look at this. Nice shots of Capaldi today. Really, I love this shot of him here. But also, if you're going to use these, please give the photographers credit. There's a lot of guys out there who have been getting their photos stolen, being used in the media, and they're not even getting credit. Like my friend my friend Stephen Price had a photo that got put into freaking media publications online for certain newspapers we won't mention. And guess what? He never got credited for any of that work. And he does incredible photography. So keep your eye on it. Or better yet, if you're going to put a lot of photos online, you don't want people tagging them. Watermark the damn things. It's not that hard. Okay, but until next time, guys, I know I bored you to death. There's a bunch of you out there right now go. So I'm going to get on out of here. So take care, ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's kind of weird looking back on this week's uploads because I've uploaded like freaking how many mega files in a row. I never thought I'd see the day that happened between news reports, but we just had a whole lot of shit going on. Okay, so until next time, everybody take care, ta-ta. Everybody, look, there's the meditating dog. He says come back. Oh, look at there's another. I got some new props popping up around here. So it's been out with the old, in with the new this week. I threw out a bunch of stuff that I've had sitting around falling apart for like 20, 25 years. It was a bunch of my old Robotech models, which made me cry when I threw them out. But you know what? It's time to let it go. It's time to bring in something new. I still have a couple things from Robotech lying around anyway that are in far, far better shape. Ooh. See, look, there's a knockoff of the VF1 right there. That was Jetfire. Okay, you're right now. So I'm out of here. Good night. Take care. Bye.